Right now, the day's biggest news stories from a Vegas perspective. This is the Vegas Take with Sharp and Shapiro.
All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take. Sharp and Shapiro. Glad you could join us on a Friday. Chris Wynn filling in for J.D. Sharp. Mark Schunock will be joining us here at the bottom of the hour. He is one of the voices of the Vegas Golden Knights and does a lot of great charity work here. So we'll look forward to talking to him coming up here in just a few. We're going to get to the gentleman who bet $3.5 million on the Astros here in just a few minutes. But as I mentioned, I always like to take care of our listeners, our loyal listeners out there. Always love taking care of them, giving out as many free prizes as I can. And this is not just a throw-out prize. This is a great prize I'm giving away right now. So the seventh caller right now is going to win this. 2 tickets to the Taste of Downtown at the rooftop pool deck at the Plaza. You're also going to win a free night stay in a luxe room at the Plaza Hotel and a $100 dining certificate to Oscar's Beef, Booze, and Bras Steakhouse. I just love saying that. Right now, we will take the 7th caller at 257-5396. Again, that number is 702-257-5396. The 7th caller right now, 2 tickets to downtown rooftop pool deck at the Plaza, 1 night free stay at the Plaza, and a $100 dining certificate to Oscar's Steakhouse. This is an awesome prize. Again, that number 257-5396. Right now, caller number 7. Good luck. So we always love talking to people who make enormously large wagers. Is that even a name, by the way? A word, enormously? I don't know. But anyway, we got a gentleman on the line with us right now who placed a $3.5 million bet on the Astros to win the World Series. Chris Wynn is usually a guy that does $20 parlays. This guy bet $3.5 million.
A little bit larger than my situation.
His name is, we're calling him by Mattress Mack, and the reason why we call him that is because he owns a bunch of furniture stores in Houston, and he placed this bet in Mississippi. This is a really cool story. He just shows up with a suitcase with $3.5 million. Mattress Mack joins us right now on the line. Mr. Mattress Mack, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm great. This is my daddy. Glad to be on the radio with you guys in Las Vegas, one of my favorite cities.
I appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that and appreciate the time. Okay, so first of all, have you ever made a wager this large before in your life?
No, we do furniture promotions. It says if you buy a mattress, a Tempur mattress, $3,000 or better, and the Astros win the World Series, you get your money back. So we did that in 2017 and refunded about $13 million, most of which I had hedged off in Las Vegas. But I've never done a single wager as big as the one in Mississippi for $3.5 million. I did one yesterday in New York for $1.5 million. So I thank those people for taking that large amount.
And Jim, you also did one of those bets too, also back in 2014, I believe, with regards to the Super Bowl as well, right?
Yeah, I did the Super Bowl bet in 2000 when the Seahawks played Denver. Mm-hmm. That was an $8 million loss. So I do these sports promotions all the time. It's very topical. Customers love it. It gets us a lot of people come in the store that wouldn't be there otherwise, and I have to hedge with the people that are going to win. So if they do win, everything's good.
Okay, so Mattress Mack, I got to ask you this. First of all, how do you come up to the average person? They'll never see $3.5 million in their lifetime. First of all, how do you get $3.5 million worth of cash $100 bills? I almost said dollar bills, $100 bills. My understanding is you show up in a suitcase to a sports book in Mississippi. So explain to me how that transaction works. And do you just go to the bank and say, hey, I need $3.5 million cash? Like, how does that work?
Well, I wired it to the Scarlet Orchid Hotel in Biloxi, Mississippi, and then they put it all in the suitcase. When I got there, they gave it to me. So people at Scarlet Pearl, you see, they were very accommodating, and DraftKings was their partner in the sports book. So Scarlet Pearl and DraftKings put the $3.5 million in the suitcase. Once I got there, I walked up and placed the bet, and it was certainly an adrenaline rush.
How long did it take them to count the $3.5 million?
Hello?
Yeah, how long did it take them to count the $3.5 million?
Well, their cage had counted it out, so they knew it was good. I just took the suitcase up there. Like I said, I wired the money in, and then I walked up there and placed the bet, and they were very accommodating. Probably one of the biggest baseball bets in sports, legal sportsbook history.
Wow, that is incredible. Okay, so obviously you're a man that is fairly wealthy. Obviously, that's fair to say. You're a very successful businessman with your furniture stores. Still, though, let's be honest here, Mattress Mack. What is going? I mean, you have a $3.5 million bet. That is an enormous amount of money. Do you get nervous when you're going to be watching these games? What is going through your mind? Is your heart pumping fast, or you're one of those guys that have the biggest, sports bet in history, but you're just going to be sitting there on your couch, relaxed, just watching a baseball game? How do you react when watching this game when you have $3.5 million action?
Well, I'm down here at the stadium right now, and I walk through the aisleways and I talk to customers throughout the aisleways. So far, I've taken about 500 selfies here today, and that's probably what I'll do for the next 9 innings. Is walk through and shake customers' hands, and they all say good luck with your bet. So it's very encouraging. I don't sweat games. No matter how much I yell at the TV, it's not going to affect the way the players play. So I just let the players go play the game. I make the bet, and then see what happens.
So, Jim, it's obviously a busy time of year down there in Houston, of course. The Texan season just kicked off. A couple weeks ago, you've got, obviously, the Houston Rockets season on tap. But what's it like this time of year as far as, the support for the Astros down there, given, we're in the midst of playoff fever for a number of teams across the country. And what is the dynamic like down there?
Yeah, the dynamic is the town is Astros crazy. Mm-hmm. Everybody wears Astros orange. I was just talking to one of the local sports writers about that. I've never seen this much pride in Houston for the Astros. Obviously, they really helped the city out after Hurricane Harvey in 2017 when they won the World Championship. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens this October as they got to win 11 games to do it again. So the theme is take it back, and the entire city is drifted around the Houston Astros.
All right, I guess this is one of my last questions for you. Talk to me about the Houston Astros in general. I would imagine, some people make $5, $10, or $20 in Chris Wynn's case, parlay bets blindly without doing any research. Tell us about this Houston Astros team, because I would imagine you're not just the guy that showed up with $3.5 million. They're my team, so I'm just going to bet on them. I don't think it was that simple for you. I would imagine you put a little bit of thought into this. Tell me why you think the Houston Astros are going to win the World Series.
Well, I've been Astro sponsors for many years. I'm very familiar with Jim Crane and Reed Ryan, who's a business manager, business general manager, who's the player development guy. And I think the Astros are a great organization. Obviously, they've got great players. They've got a great political
I think we lost Mac. Mac, I think we lost you. My last.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
I said the Astros got a lot of competition, but let's face it, the lineup's stacked. They got some great pitching, and we'll see what happens in these next 11 games. But they've got a good chance to win as anybody, so let the good times roll. All
right, well, Mattress Mack, I can tell you right now, I'm the first one to say I root for people like you. I never root for the books because they're always making money. I hope you win, and can you promise us if the Houston Astros win, we'd love to get you back on the show?
Hopefully we'll be back on the show if the Astros play the Dodgers, and it should be a lot of fun. I love Las Vegas. It's a great town. Just tell those sports books out there they need to raise their limits a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? They're afraid of people like you with deep pockets. Jim, I wish you all the best. Good luck. It's a fantastic story. Keep up the great work, my friend, and congratulations on your success with your furniture stores, and we look forward to having you on again, okay?
Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, you too. There you go, Jim.
Go Astros.
Go Astros.
Yes, sir. And Mattress Mack's going to be happy because Justin Verlander has a perfect game going through the first inning. He was 1-2-3 in the first inning for the Astros.
Well, I mean, Jim doesn't really care. He's just taking selfies with people. He only has $3.5 million on the game. Can you imagine walking up in a suitcase to a sports book? When I got $1,000 on me, I get nervous. Seriously. I mean, I bet a couple $100 on the Shriners golf today, and I'm going to be nervous. This guy just put $3.5 million on the Astros to win. This is ridiculous. This is insanity. And he's right. There is no sports book, in my opinion, maybe William Hill. But I don't think there are many sports books in Las Vegas that would allow you to make $3.5 million. In fact, you bet $3,500. Some people raise eyebrows, let alone $3.5 million. I think as sports betting gets bigger, Chris, they're going to allow more of these types of bets to happen.
Well, Brian, we find it funny, don't we, here in Las Vegas when someone like Floyd Mayweather rolls into a sports book with $80,000 in a bowling ball bag, right, and is ready to put some bets down. This is $3.5 million. This is big time for that.
This is absolutely wild, man. This is crazy. Listen, he sounds like a great guy. He sounds like a lot of fun. And, I hope he does win. And we'd love to get him back on. And if it is the Houston Astros versus the Dodgers in the World Series, which I don't think it will be, I've been pretty consistent on this. And I know I'm taking chalk on this one, but I think it's going to be Yankees-Dodgers in the World Series. That is my personal opinion. I also picked the Cardinals to win this opening series. I put a few bucks on that. They won last night, and it was a fantastic game, by the way. Postseason baseball is a lot of fun to watch. I'm not a big fan of baseball. I'm not a big fan of the regular season, but we get to the postseason when every single pitch matters. This is exciting to watch. I love it. My eyes are glued to the TV. All right, Chris, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do that, we'll do that when we come back. We have another prize to give away, but I do want to say when we come back, really, I guess you could say depressing story that I do want to talk about, and it involves UNLV football. It's good and bad, I guess. A good story and a bad story.
Depressing? We can't look glass half full, Brian? We can't do that?
Well,
UNLV?
Listen, this is a good and a bad story. I'll explain what I mean by that, and it involves UNLV football. We'll take a quick break, be back right after this. You are listening to the Vegas Take right here on the all-new 101.5 FM, 720 AM, KDON.